God damn it! God damn it! This is so much better than AEW television. I don't care what anyone tells me. This is so much better than AEW television. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Khan is being dogpiled on, rightfully so, because he made a stupid fucking tweet. Now, you can go back to my last video if you want to catch up on the recent event of Tony Khan's dumb fucking tweet of the week, because, of course, he has to do this shit like every other fucking week. So, again, if you didn't watch any of the other video, grow some hair on your balls, go do that first. But, okay, fine. You don't want to watch the video? That's fine. That's okay. Tony Khan went on a complete rant because he's a fucking mark, and he was talking about some statistics in regards to Cage Match, the website Cage Match, right? Where essentially they just rate matches, no different than what I do for my pay-per-view. Oh shit, Bert, sorry about that. Yeah, just no different than what I do for my pay-per-view reviews, right? But Tony Khan essentially takes what I do for an example, but in relation to Cage Match, the website, and he uses that in order to book his fucking shows, right? So USA Network went out of their way to clown him because that's clown behavior, rightfully so, because again, Tony Khan's a clown, Tony Clown, if you want to call him that, that's perfectly fine also. So he went out of his way to tweet back at USA Network. He said a double standard. At Hook, you know, the skinny little twink from AEW, Taz's son, you probably couldn't tell that because Taz was actually a bad motherfucker back in the days, and Hook, he's like, you know, a fashion model who pretends to be a bad motherfucker, but that's okay. That's okay. He tweets out 28-1 career record on winning streak, calls out the champ. A logical challenge sparks online outrage. Jinder has literally lost every single match he's in for the past year. Immediately gets title shot. Where's the rage? Okay, so before I even talk about Eric Bischoff and Tony Khan, I didn't talk about this in the last video, but let me just point this out really, really quick, right? So, talking to the AEW fanboys for a second, because you want to talk about double standards? How many times have we heard online, Devontae, the storytelling, you know, things that aren't really storytelling, but we're gonna call it storytelling because it has story elements inside it, even though what I'm talking about is angles, booking actual fucking angles is what I'm talking about. But you have marks online, marks with podcasts who like to say that every other match is a story because someone's working a motherfucking body part, right? Or we have to go pluck some fucking story out from 3 years ago that you skipped over so many parts about, left out hanging to dry, never to come back to the story again until a year and a half later. Then we come back and then that's actual storyteller, right? Storyteller, right? This is, because again, double standards, right, Tony? Double standards, right? So you're saying this about Jinder Mahal as if we can't go back in the past and we can't just use a little thing called, I don't know, historical context and focus on the fact that Jinder Mahal and Seth Rollins had a little bit of a tizzy, you know, back in, I don't know, what, 2010, if I remember correctly, maybe 2011, 2012, I think it was 2010 though, right? With the whole Gold Rush tournament, and you know, it came down to Jinder and Seth Rollins, and you know, the whole NXT title and all that other kind of shebang bang. Don't worry about that, right? Because, of course, double standards only matter when you're actually applying it to your op, right? No. Storytelling, no. Storytelling that involves looking at historical context only applies to AEW, and if you call that out for any of the podcasters out there, then of course, you're just being bad faith. Oh, you don't understand storytelling from AEW's side, right? Shut the fuck up, okay? Now, do I think Jinder and Seth Rollins have a story? Fuck no, I don't think they have a story. But using not me, by the way, not me, using your own metric, they do have a story. Because we're talking about something that has historical context about, what, over a decade ago? With them wrestling for the World Championship right now. Again, I don't think that. You think that. That's your mentality. Don't believe me? Go see Heyman, Adam Page, and Kenny Omega, who feuded for about 2.5 years off and on. And, you know, we kind of come back here and there focus on them here and there, and we call that a story. But there's so many breaks in between, I don't necessarily consider it a story, but you consider it a story, right? So, just point that out really, really quick, just for the dumb fucks out there who probably think to themselves, well, Tony Khan, he just owned Eric Bischoff. No, he didn't. He's a complete and utter fucking idiot, right? So, then we go a little bit further, right? So, Eric Bischoff calls him out. He calls him a clown because, the guy who actually, call me crazy, the guy who actually has merit because he actually did what you wish you can do, Tony, which is actually beating Vince McMahon, not just 1 week on SmackDown when no one's actually watching it because it's on a cable package deal, or taking credit for, Raw, for an example, or SmackDown, for an example, having, recap of the year for a Christmas holiday special, not actually airing anything. That's fine. Your sycophant fans want to claim that as a victory too, because that's how fucking desperate you are. Eric Bischoff, he went ahead up with Raw and beat them for 83 weeks. You want to claim victories based off of fucking recaps and actually saying that your head-to-head show for Dynamite actually beat them. No. I'm sorry, not you. I don't want to be that kind of guy. I don't want to be the kind of bad faith guy to put that all on you, Tony Khan. No. Your dumbass fans said this, right? Although, again, you were the one to take credit for SmackDown's defeat about 3 years ago when one was on a cable package deal and your TV show was actually on, cable, but that's okay, right? So, again, Eric Bischoff tweets out, you're a fucking clown because, yeah, you're a clown because here you are on social media acting like a fucking clown, right? Right? So then Eric Bischoff, he tweets out something along the lines, he's like retweeting a fan, talking about Abaddon and how she was booked in comparison to Jinder Mahal. And, Tony Khan wants to bring up, well, we actually booked her in a Fatal 4-Way match, and yada, 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 yada. Okay, again, ignoring all the other context with, like, say, for an example, I don't know, how many people has Tony Khan put, let's just say, for an example, Kenny Omega and MJF, right? Because how many victories did Kenny Omega own up going up against MJF, right? Oh, it's because, Jinder Mahal lost for the entire year, even though Kenny Omega lost a bunch of matches prior to that. As a matter of fact, correct me if I'm wrong, I could be mistaken, I think he lost to one of the up-and-comers who can't even get booked on your television consistently. He lost to that guy, the Japanese guy, take a shitter, that guy right there, the one who's never consistently booked on television, like the rest of your fucking roster. Kenny Omega lost to him and got a title shot, right? Right, that's how that usually works, right? Totally right? Samoa Joe, another one, right? Samoa Joe got a match against MJF. How did he get that, man? I mean, what did he do? As a matter of fact, fuck all that. Your Power 25 ranking, whatever happened to that, Tony? Huh? Because you're so legitimately into, the sports element of professional wrestling. Where's that? Huh? Oh, wait, that's right. You got rid of it because you couldn't keep up with it. Oh, please, miss me with the nonsense of Jinder Mahal's booking. Never mind the fact that you're a complete fucking mark and you don't understand. I think Jonathan Coachman actually called his dumbass out for this. I may reference this in my other video, but let me just put it into terms that he can understand. In terms that some of the AEW sycophant fans don't understand. Some of the terms that maybe even someone like a Tony Khan, because apparently him being in this position right now, he doesn't understand how professional wrestling actually works, even though he is the boss of professional wrestling. No, right? Okay, this is what Jonathan Coachman said, because again, Tony Khan, you need this explanation from a person who worked in the actual business. I know you work in the business of the marks, but here, this is what Jonathan Coachman said. He said, we also used to get amused at fans who counted wins like wrestlers earned them. He put that in quotations because no one actually earns a fucking victory. You are booked to win a victory. Tony Khan, you know how that works? Because you're a booker, right? Of the year, apparently, right? Hell, this is what he said. We also used to get amused at fans who counted wins like wrestlers earned them. Hell, if Vince wanted, I could have been world champion. But the storyline didn't support it. It's about the story, clearly, not wins in a predetermined space. Thought a boss would understand that. Yeah, you see, there's something wrong with that quote, though. God damn it, Jonathan, I don't think you understand. You're not talking to a boss. You're talking to a friend. That's the big difference between Vince McMahon and a Tony Khan. You're talking to a guy who likes to actually, book his friends, right? So you have all these AEW sycophant fans. They're going after Eric Bischoff. Some of them calling him out for, being a mark himself. Because, of course, these fans don't understand how professional wrestling works. One fan actually tweeted to Eric Bischoff, showing when Eric Bischoff called out Vince McMahon for the Slamboree shit back in 98, right? And apparently he felt like this is an actual gotcha moment, not even recognizing that Eric Bischoff, you know what he's doing? That's called promoting. Yeah. I know it's kind of hard to understand what the fuck promoting is, because when you're an AEW single fan and all you watch is AEW product, you wouldn't have any fucking clue what promotion. I understand. I get it. Promoting, not really in your sphere, not really within your mentality, not really in your vocabulary. What Eric Bischoff was doing was called promoting, okay? He was actually making it seem like Vince McMahon was going to show up so he could sell tickets. I know, another hard concept for AEW fans. Tickets to his show. Pay-per-view buy rates go up when you promote something fans want to see. You understand how that works, fanboys? Of course you don't, because when your head is that far up someone like Tony Khan's ass, it's kind of hard when, and it's kind of weird too, because it's like a little snake effect. It's like a snake eating the tail, right? Your head goes up Tony Khan's ass, and his head goes up your ass, and you guys kind of have like a little bit of a fucking, like a human centipede thing going on. You know what I'm trying to say? You guys ever seen a human centipede? That's how I see AEW and Tony Khan and all his fans and, people like Don Stevens who like to go out of their way to, mark down people's content. They get in and take it down because they hate criticism, because criticism and Tony Khan, they don't really go too well together. That's why he's in this predicament that he's in right now, right? Oh boy, there are so many people going after Tony Khan. Eric Bischoff laying it in thick to Tony Khan, pretty much telling him, hey, oh, and that was funny too. I actually posted this on my community post. If you guys missed this, go back and go see this also, because that's about how much of a fucking idiot that Tony Khan is, right? He invites Eric Bischoff to his show about 4 years ago, and he puts underneath the heading, that's not anything like, Photoshop. No, that's legit. He puts out there for everybody to see Eric Bischoff. What he said, legendary executive or something along the lines of that, right? Hall of Fame executive, producer, content, whatever he said. Something along the lines of that, right? Actually, let me go back so I can actually get the context right and get the actual verbiage right. He said, and I quote, come on, dumbass phone. Groundbreaking pro wrestling executive. Which Eric Bischoff, because, before that, he actually tweeted at him out, you're a miserable has-been. Him using the word miserable, that's crazy. Has-been also, for that matter. Give it about a year. Eric Bischoff said, excuse me, sir, that's groundbreaking, miserable has-been. Because you called me that, groundbreaking. The guy who you're stealing this entire template from, that guy, yeah, you're calling me groundbreaking. Remember that now. I walk so you can run. Or I guess in this case, I walk so you can kind of walk with one crutch. But that's okay. Eric Bischoff stays owning Tony Khan. That's his motto. He can't help it. Now, I will say, again, Eric Bischoff owning Tony Khan, I mean, it's like taking Kenny from a retarded baby who's also handicapped and brain is made of water. But that's okay. Tony, do me a favor. I want you to do this, okay? Do me a favor. I want you to go inside your house, all right, your $1 million mansion, $1 billion mansion, but no, let's say $1 million mansion. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think there's such thing as $1 billion mansion. You went to your $1 million mansion that your dad bought you, right? Just like he bought the promotion for you. I want you to go in the mirror. I want you to have a little bit of a conversation with yourself. It's not crazy. Trust me. It's fine. It's fine. You can have a conversation with yourself in the mirror. You're trying to reflect, literally and figuratively, okay? And I want you to ask yourself, okay, what I'm doing, is it the right thing? Me using my phone to tweet out things that I can be called out for in regards to hypocrisy. Is that a right thing to do? No. Better yet, let's see. Me using my fingers to type out words to send out to make my company look bad because I'm a dumb fuck and I just can't sit on my fucking hands. Is that the right thing to do? You know what you should do? You know how we have that whole saying, what would Jesus do? I want you to switch that up, okay? I want you to have a WWVD moment, okay? What would Vince do? All right? What would Vince do? You don't have to like Eric Bischoff. That's fine. I mean, it's already bad enough that he's one of the guys that actually, take it to Vince, man. That's fine. That's okay. I get it. I understand. You hate him. I understand. People are saying that Eric Bischoff is jealous of Tony Khan. And by what metric, I don't know. I mean, it's not as if Tony Khan completely ripped off his entire format, but apparently Eric Bischoff is jealous of Tony Khan. Okay. I want you to do me a favor and, actually focus on the guy who you legitimately are jealous of, Vince McMahon, in regards to his product, and I want you to copy off of Vince. In fact, you can copy off of Triple H too. It seems like they have a lot of things going on right now that's good for the business, a lot of things going on right now that's good for the overall company, for their wrestlers to actually thrive in. I want you to copy off of them. I want you to sit back, I want you to reflect off what's going on, and I want you to say to yourself, damn, am I really that fucking crazy? Damn, am I that much of a fucking lunatic? Damn, am I that much of a fucking loser? And I want you to say yes. And I want you to take everything that you're saying about yourself from a negative perspective, and I want you to use that as a learning, growing. I want you to use that as a growing experience, and never let this happen. Oh, who the fuck am I kidding? If you did it this time, you did it the week before, you did it the month before, you did it the year before, you did it almost. It's not going to change anytime soon. So help me out, Tony Khan. Okay, help me out. Okay, I want you to do more dumb shit. I want you to get on your phone. I want you to tweet more stupid shit out, and I'll be there, documenting it, commentating on it, releasing it, poking fun at your stupid ass, because that's what you are right now. You are a punching bag for everybody in the wrestling business, okay? You do not know how to run a company. You suck at booking. The only way you ever get awards is when you pay for them. Dave Meltzer is a kiss ass. And everybody that surrounds you who tells you that you're doing a good job are only doing that because they're under contract. And if they weren't under contract, they'd probably be working for Vince and they'd be shit on you backstage. That's the truth. You understand that's the truth? Okay, I understand that your chia pet hair is probably covering up the majority of your brain molecules. Cut that shit off, but that's fine. Okay, continue what you're doing right now. And let's see where AEW is going to be at in about 2 years. You think they're going to be in the same spot that they're in right now currently? Huh? And they're not really in a good spot right now, too. But you think they're going to be in the same spot right now? What are Warner Brothers thinking about this right now? How are they feeling about your activity, your actions online, Tony? I wouldn't be. I mean, call me crazy if I was one of the higher ups in Warner Brothers Discovery. I don't think I'd be okay with your action. I don't think I'd be okay with how you're, conducting yourself right now. Just food for thought. But continue doing what you're doing, because you're giving me some good old-fashioned content, you stupid bastard. As always, my name is Devontae, and that'll be the end of this right here, unless he actually goes out his way to do something else fucking stupid, which, by the way, hold your breath on. Trust me, you'll be fine. You'll be breathing soon. I'll be catching you assholes later. Deuces and a P-ash. Follow Eric Bischoff also. He'll probably be talking more about this on this podcast. 83 weeks. Show of the year. Awesome content. Go do that. P-ice.